So when something happens, we've got choices. See, that's one of the great things about being people. We get free will. Free will was programmed into people by God from the very beginning. Because without free will, we are simply robotic. You know, I can teach a computer to think. I can teach something to think, right? I tell it that if this is this, then it's correct. If this is this, then it's not. But that thing isn't actually thinking for itself. It's simply following a list of instructions I've already given it. And then it's just simply responding to those instructions. But with people, on the other hand, we have the ability to think and choose. You know, I can tell a computer 1 + 1 = 2 is the correct answer and 1 + 1 = 3 is the wrong answer. I can tell that to the same thing to a person and they can choose to tell me I'm wrong. Now, I've had computers tell me I'm wrong before. I don't appreciate it. But, you know, think about it. Free will, the ability to make choices, was given to us by our Creator. You know, we always talk about freedoms, right? This country was founded, this flag is because people wanted freedom. Freedom of press, freedom of religion, freedom to speak, freedom to choose. That was a godly concept. Because God from the beginning wanted to give people choices. You know, I've heard somebody say, well, why did God put the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Because He wanted people to have a choice. Let me get a little off topic here for a minute. God will honor your choice to make decisions right through the gates of hell. I told somebody this one time that wasn't saved. I said, we were talking about how free will works. I said, let me explain to what extent God will respect your right to free will. You can choose to go to hell. And He will respect that decision all the way. He will respect your right that He has given you to free will. It goes back even to the topic of why do bad things happen to good people? Because other people have choices. When you hear the stories of the drunk driver, that was a choice. A person made a choice to go drink, and then made another choice to go drive. And that choice's action had a reaction in somebody else's life. And in the case of a severe scenario, ended it. So that's the thing, is free will and the ability to choose is a powerful thing, and it's something we've been blessed with. And we live in a nation that, for all its issues, let's just be honest, America's, yes, got a lot of issues, but you know what? The one thing I heard a pastor say, that me and Dan were listening to this 4th of July speech, and he said something really cool that just stuck with me. I don't know who the pastor is. I don't know where it was from. It sounded like maybe some big, the way the audio sounded was like he was at an amphitheater, speaking into a mic to a large crowd. He said something. He said, for all of America's faults, we're trying. He said, we're a nation that does actually try. And we're a nation, because we give people choice, that it's a constant process, but there's no other way you can have it. I was thinking about an article I just read, and I don't usually like getting off on politics, but just a little interesting article I read about something that happened in China, where the Chinese government forced people who had farms and lands and stuff, took their property from them and forced them into moving to live in urbanized environments. Now, this is all going on during COVID, you know, that whole keep distance thing? Think about that. Those people don't have those freedoms. They don't live in a nation where somebody will back those freedoms. You start taking people's freedoms in the U.S., you'll usually get a crowd behind you, especially if there are even organizations, both Christian and secular, that are known for, fighting back. I always get them backwards. I think it's American Center for Law and Justice is the one that backs Christian organizations. When these churches have been, people have been trying to shut them down. Yes, Jason Secular. I always remember his name. I always get the acronym wrong. And because there's another one, I think it's ACLU. EC. I mean, they're pretty close as in acronym. But people have made these choices, but in some places people died for our right to have a free choice. So let's take that for example. People died. The red on this flag is blood. That's what it symbolizes, right? White is peace, and I can't remember what blue is.
One of purity.
Huh?
One of the colors.
Maybe white's purity and blue is.
I think white's purity.
Okay.
Blue is liberty and red is bravery.
Bravery, okay. But you think about that, the red. for me, I've always thought about the blood of the people that have defended this country. Freedom has always been paid in blood. People's right to free will has been paid in blood. And that has started since time started. Because when man was given freedom, and God gave dominion to man and gave them choices, we gave those choices away. Well, I say we. Adam did. And Adam at the time was representing the entire human race. Talk about pressure. He was. The human race was two people. You wanted to talk about representing the whole human race. It was two people at the time. And you know what? Our free will spiritually, or our freedom spiritually, also was bought in blood.